Alright, so what we've got here is a human air elementalist, who's not really much of an air elementalist anymore, is he? I mean, I don't know. He has a little bit left over, I guess, from the beginning of the game, but realistically he's just a necromancer. I mean, look at him. 18.5 necromancy skill. I mean, that's what he's using to win. Although I suppose we're still having a little bit of fun with Lightning Spire. We found that early game Kiku altar and then we just never looked back. So what are you gonna do? Anyway, we have 2 runes, and we have some interesting options in front of us. We could go ahead and go to Slime immediately, which is something that's not super advisable usually, but is sometimes fun. Sometimes you can get really good stuff from there pretty easily if your character is powerful enough to do it. Technically, it's usually better to do vaults 1 through 4 first. You know, there's this very rote way of going through the game that usually involves, you know, once you've done your S branches, you end up doing like 4 floors of vaults and maybe crypts as well, and then you decide whether you're going to do vaults 5 or slime. But on this dude, I feel like we're strong enough. I mean, we could make slime. We could make slime work. We're immune to golden eyes. Although if I take off one of these rings, I'm not. There's nothing invisible in there. So I tell you what we'll do. We're going to run down and pick up this helmet. We'll take off our +2 helmet of See Invisible. We'll put on the helmet of our core. Now we have our core all the time. We have our C+ all the time. We have enough magic resistance that we're immune to golden eyes and Great Orb of Eyes, which means that it's pretty damn safe for us to just go ahead and do slime. And the thing is that we can very easily take out the royal jelly with Kiku's corpse call and a simple scroll of immolate, you know. Alternately, I could use simulacrum if I felt like it, and they will slaughter TRJ. I can probably get some dragon corpses, I think, that kind of thing. We even have Spire, which is just great. Things in here will die to bolt really easily. Now, don't get me wrong, we could still take a ton of damage from, like, I don't know, Azure Jellies. Even with the RC+, our defenses aren't exactly amazing. I love this, though, the fact that I can put up spires and block these attacks. And look how fast Bolt of Drain just slaughters acid blobs. I mean, I'm telling you, Bolt of Draining is just, it's really, really good. You know. Let's put a Spire here, blocking mutations, and then we'll kill it with Bolt. I see that there is another guy coming for me. I'm going to fog, because I don't want to get marked here is the thing. So the thing is, the fog didn't actually block line of sight. We'll take a step to the left, and another step to the left. And this way, the mark trap doesn't actually activate. And now he's past it. Nice. That was pretty good, although we're still next to a mark trap, so let's try to get out of the line of sight of that. Hey Wesley, how you doing, man? We're doing slime slightly early, not too early. This is a lot of stuff. Let's see if we can't separate some of it. Hey Wesley, I always feel the need to mention this. I'm playing a caster, and I'm not using staff form. Thought you might like that. We have trained a little bit of Earth, but that's just because we found BVC. How can you win, though? Very carefully. Bolt of Drain just slaughters things in here. Ethical casting. I like that. Alright, so as always, we put spires between us and the enemy. I'm going to let this thing come one step closer. Since the bolt gets reduced in range by 1 if it hits something, even if it hits something that's immune to it. Let's pull this stuff. I'm going to try to do the right thing and hang out on an upstairs when I rest. Yeah, Wesley, that is one of those features in DCSS that is just very, very badly documented. I didn't know that until a few months ago, and I've been playing this game for years at this point. Yeah, bolts get reduced by 1 by 1 tile for everything it hits. I think that might not apply to lightning, but it definitely applies to everything else, including bolt of acid from ones. The the targeting reticule doesn't really make it any clearer either, does it? So there was a long period of time where I was just assuming my stuff would hit everything in the hallway, you know, if I bolted over all of it. But nope. But yeah, as you can see, bolt of draining just slaughters everything in here. And the thing is, even if I run into like a death ooze that can't be bolted, I can just dispel it because it's technically undead. So we should have a real easy time in here. I love the fact that my bolt is actually hungerless now. Alright, here's TRG. Let's find a different downstairs. Uh-oh, getting memed a bit. This is locked off. Do we have a lot of digging? We only have 6. There's no way. We'll go back to slime 3, I guess. Find a different way down. Here's our first death ooze. We kill him in 1 hit with Dispel. I'm going to shout. I don't think he can hit me. I'm actually more concerned with getting mutated than taking damage right now. So let's kill this. And again. We've done a really good job so far of not getting mutated, although I am very worried about this dispersal trap over here. Don't think I haven't noticed it. But I have the resources required to get out of bad situations. We have 3 blink scrolls, so if something went particularly badly, we would be able to deal with it. Alright, so this is slightly obnoxious, but we do have 2 different ways into Slime 5 now, which means we can dance around and avoid TRJ long enough to clear out the floor. One of the beautiful things about relying on bolt magic and not melee or ranged regular attacks is that I can get corroded and it doesn't, that slaying penalty doesn't do anything to my bolt spells, so I can be just as efficient at murdering these acid blobs. Actually never used SLS. SLS is amazing. It's the best, well, you could make the argument that it is actually the best summon spell in the game, despite only being level 4, on account of the fact that you can place it in an actual spot. There's no luck involved. You just plop it down in whatever tile you want, and that level of control allows you to block a lot of things. Okay, I hasted. I'm making a bunch of corpses. Turning them into zombies. Making more corpses. I guess I could read Torment right now. I think I'm going to read Torment right now. Kiku actually shielded me from the Torment. Thank you, fam. Now we're going to read Immolate. Bolt magic is, this is slightly inexpertly done, what I'm doing here. I have blink though, so I can get away from this if need be. What am I doing? Hold on. Dying in a turn? You're not going to die in a turn from this. Well, I suppose could I? I have our core as the thing. The 42 melee is pretty scary, but I'm hasted is the thing. 82, 120. I could take a significant amount of my damage, amount of my hit points. There it is. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's really bad. Yeah, okay, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I forgot I didn't have RF. Okay, yeah, this is horrible. We actually could die. I don't think we can die. We have our core. If I blink over here, I don't think we can die. Yeah. See, he even hit me and we didn't die. However, I am going to have to blink twice to be safe. And I'm going to pop a heal wounds just to be sure. That was inexpertly done. I should have used resistance. I don't think there was any moment when I could have died, but I certainly could have gotten taken to extremely low hit points. Although, come to think of it, because I didn't have RF when those explosions went down, yeah, I wasn't paying enough attention. That was really bad. I should have popped I meant to pop a potion of resistance, but I was like talking while I was I was talking while I was doing the fight. Kind of distracted, and I didn't pay enough attention. But TRJ's dead. Yes, I am blaming. You've understood the subtext that it's all your fault, Wesley. No, it's my fault for not paying enough attention. I'm so used to TRJ being a pushover you know, because he usually is if you play him, if you do it right. But in these situations, you should really, you know, if you're doing it the melee way, you can kind of snooze through it as long as you know what you're doing. But anytime you're fighting him out in the open with one of the emulate tricks, you really ought to treat it like it's a top tier, super, super dangerous situation. Alright, there are... Yeah, also, by the way, I was on a robe, so there are dudes nearby that staircase. Let's come to this staircase instead. You've only won a TRJ fight once, you might require coaching. Fair enough. Bring a magical power, don't need that. A cloak, just +1, don't need that. We have at +5, which is amazing. Man, what if we had died there? How embarrassing would that be? Just by virtue of forgetting that I didn't have RF+. Or rather, forgetting to use the potion of resist. I mean, this is a character that, you know, this is actually a really good example of why I go for stat form so often, because stat form gives you that giant wiggle room, you know, in terms of AC, so that those kinds of mistakes are a little less damning. Although, I will say, since it makes you slow, it can cause more problems than it solves sometimes. Got an amnesia, let's use it. Gosh, we probably don't need corpse rot anymore. Yeah. Identifying some of these items on the ground, there could be minus tally or something useful like that. MR+. Holy word, great. Let's drop some stuff. I guess I can wear my C invisible and drop my R core. Oh, wow! What a slap in the face. All right, Wesley, I'll see you in a minute. This is RF plus RC plus, and you're thinking, wow, it's amazing, and then it has RF or MR minus, so your magic resistance goes down. You really don't want to wear that in most scenarios. That's an amazing scale mail. All right, no minus tally. Suppose I'll drop this ring. Can we cast in this scale mail? Hot diggity damn, we actually can. That's incredible. 16 AC, 17 EV to 28 AC, 13 EV. That's not bad at all, man. We get our poise for our trouble, which is, you know, it's an okay find. We get a pip of RC, which is all right. We lose MR, which is unfortunate, but I mean, I can still cast Infestation in this thing. This is insane. We don't even have any armor training is the thing. We could get way more AC out of this than we're getting. This is outrageous. Wow. I mean, we're going to wear it. It even gives you strength +4, so it kind of helps make it wearable. It's really good. And I think I'm still immune to, well, I'm almost immune to liches in terms of MR threats. Vampire Knights cannot paralyze me. That's the more important threat since we're probably going straight to Crypt. You know? Crypt is a good thing to do when you have Dispel Undead because it's just so straightforward. Free, almost. And I can always swap to an MR+ weapon which I think we're going to grab real quick. Oh wow, that's a pain spear. Not that it really matters, but it's kind of good, you know. Considering, probably not going to use it, but can't say no. Let's drop disintegration. Pick up this spear. Having a few inventory management problems here. Back to the dungeon. Should just be able to bolt through just about everything in here. I'm not happy that I don't have RF all the time. That's one thing that displeases me. Although this sudden boost of AC is quite nice. Let's drop this ring. I fully intend to wear this ring if I'm presented with the ability to do so. I mean, if I were to find an artifact with 2 or more pips of MR on it, suddenly we would kind of have a better situation for that. Let's I should memorize something from the book, the Necronomicon. Should probably get Revivification, to be honest, as a Hail Mary in case I do something real stupid like that TRJ fight again. It's not really necessary, but certainly nice to have. Is there anything that we can amnesia off? I guess I don't need Vampiric Draining anymore, since we have Bolt. Yeah, let's get Bordnors. We are immune to Ogre Mages, by the way, even without swapping to the other MR plus weapon. So it's pretty safe. You know, they can LCS me, but they can't one-shot me. They don't have enough damage if I'm at full hit points. Need to drop more things. Pulling away from this, letting my mana come back. Bolt it. Alright, is there anything else I can drop? Oh, I guess I can drop Paralysis if we've got Enslave. Found an enchant armor. Let's well, you know what's funny is we actually have a solution. Do you know that? We have a solution to our RF problem right now. It's the large shield of fire resistance. It's just a matter of actually getting to the point where we could use large shields. You know, that's a bit of a problem considering it takes so much experience. Hey, buddy. Putting me right next to wizards. Just like, give me some LCS right to the face, please. This is enough dudes that I felt like infesting first. Just to finish up the fight, you know, for me. That's the cool thing about infestation, is boy, it will just cover these problems for me. That's going to make Vaults 5 relatively free, to be honest. I'm going to buy this sword, since it could have MR++ on it. It does not. Wand of Digging, I'll take that. Enchant Armor, I'll take that. Phantom Mirror, maybe later. Still a lot of stuff for sale that I'd like to buy. Scrolls of Summoning, Boxes of Beasts, that kind of thing. It's kind of funny that he summoned, that he convoked. Just summoning dudes into a swarm of scarabs. Bad call, brother. That's why I didn't really work too hard to stop him from convoking. I figured I had a critical mass, more or less. Check this out. I'm going to do this such that I'm going to hit exclamation point here and bolt into a spot I normally wouldn't be able to bolt, just so it's positioned properly to potentially hit both of the ugly things. Although it probably wouldn't do that. If it hit any of the scarabs, the range would get reduced like I was talking about earlier. That's a stone wall. We can't dig through it. We have to go through the door. This is like a vault specifically designed to interrupt my auto-explore. It's kind of nice being able to tank things. At 29 AC is not terrible. You hear coins being counted. Well, we've got 500 some gold. It's not great, but it's not terrible. This is a bazaar. We might as well check it out. My magic map so I could find it. Close this door, make them come to me, then bolt them to death. I'm just going to drop some stuff. Just my wands in case I need to buy anything and need space. Oh, I'm so fucking mad. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. The Shield of Resistance and I can't wear it. Hold on a minute. I mean, I can wear it. I can't afford it. That's like the perfect item for this character. I need that so bad. I don't need it, but it would be nice to have. What level am I? 23? Let me think about this. I need to send myself to the Abyss, and I don't have a disto weapon on me. This is one of those situations, I think this is the first time it's happened really ever on stream, where I'm willing to send myself to the Abyss to get gold. The only question is, how can I do it? Without a disto weapon, I have to rely I have to rely on a miscast, a translocations miscast, or a summons miscast. But we have a bit of a problem. We have 3 spell levels available to memorize stuff. So Gel's Gravitas is the highest level of translocation that we can memorize, and we're just too damn good at casting. You know, 17 spell casting, 37 intelligence. So first thing we do is we take off the cloak. That takes away 5 intelligence. That puts Gel's to 5%. We're not making a lot of progress. I really don't want to do summons miscasts because, damn, I wish I was carrying my amnesia scrolls. Is there amnesia for sale? No. There's no disto for sale. Body armor for sale. Plate armor, I guess, of ponderousness. That encumbrance rating is 18. Encumbrance rating on the scale is 10. So what we could do is we could use our money and afford the plate armor of ponderousness just to increase the spell fail rate. This is probably sounding pretty goofy at this point. I mean, by no means is it necessary for me to do this. I just want to. But I don't think it's going to help. I don't even think I can push it into yellow territory for the Gel's Gravitas. Portal projectile, maybe. That's a T-Lox as well. Hey Hardwood, how you doing? Are you paying attention to me trying to cheese the game here? I wonder. Yeah, it is a funny situation. I mean, it's just weird. Like, the game even gave me a pile of gold as I came in, but it's just not enough to get the item that I want. So I'm trying to cheese it into letting me go into the abyss so I can go collect more gold, because the item that's available it's called an unrand or an unrand art. It's a pre-generated thing that shows up sometimes, totally not random, in terms of the abilities that are on it, and it's just a really good item, and it would make my character a lot stronger if I could get a hold of it. I guess I have this summon/air spell, but I actually have a lot of summons trained, so well, I think the only thing I can do here is purchase the plate armor and see if that pushes it up to yellow miscast rate. This is why you should always carry a disto weapon with you, weirdly enough. Oh, is there a large shield available? Nope, not to purchase. That would really mess with my casting. Is there anything else I'd want to buy before I do this, before I commit to this? Not really. Nothing important. Okay, we'll do it. Oh, hey, it screws with my casting way more than I thought it would. Alright guys, we're going to the Abyss. XL23, I feel pretty confident. Should be fine. No, this is called a bazaar. It's a portal vault, and portal vaults show up, and they're like a one-time thing where it's like you can either go in right then and there, or you can leave and you'll never be able to go into it because it's timed. Eventually the portal closes. And once you go in, if you leave, you can never go back. So this is not bad. Now I just need to blink. Uh-oh, we're making vortexes. I'll wait off MiCK and tam. So we're certainly miscasting a lot. I'm confusing myself and contaminating myself, but yeah, this is going to send me to the abyss eventually. No, man, did you see why I'm doing this? The shield resistance spawned, and I didn't have enough money to buy it. But I did have enough money to buy a plate armor of ponderousness, just to wreck my castability here. Can you verify for me that casting Blink at 99% can in fact send me to the abyss? I mean, I'm getting other disto effects, so I assume so. I'll look into it. Thanks, man. You know who would know? Doesn't he would know? I can make spatial vortices, so unless it's like hard-coded out, you know what? I'm going to ask Doesn't he to stop in. Because I think he'll find this pretty amusing, if nothing else. Oh, wait a minute. Can spatial vortices send you... Yeah, dude, we'll keep the vortex alive. Honestly, I think I could probably put my... Oh, it disappears after a little while. I guess, that's lame. Okay. I might have to memorize Gell's Gravitas. You momentarily catch a glimpse of the back of your own head. Probably killing my piety here. About code diving, this is what I found on the wiki. Yeah, I don't think it's hard-coded out. I'm gonna let this vortex hit me. Okay, Doesn't he? Here's what happened. I came into this bazaar. I didn't have enough money to buy the shield of resistance that spawned in it, and boy do I really want it. So I bought a plate armor of ponderousness to put my spell fail rates up. I'm trying to send myself to the abyss. Is there anything hard-coded to stop you from getting sent to the abyss from casting a level 2 spell like Blink? Because I've been at this for a little while and it doesn't seem to want to send me. It's not like more likely with a higher level spell, right? I've done that in the past, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I thought it was possible. I'm trying to get this vortex to hit me because it does translocations, miscasts if it hits you. It's more likely with a higher one. Well, that's the other problem, is I only have 3 spell levels available, so the worst thing I could get is Gell's Gravitas, I guess. Off 0% Blink? That's outrageous. That really shouldn't be able to happen. I mean, I guess I could be casting Summon Lightning Spire, but then I have to deal with potentially summons miscasts instead, which could send you to the abyss, but it could also summon like greater demons on me, and I don't want to do that. Huh. Anyway, yeah, I guess I'll at least get Gell's Gravitas. Oh, it won't actually let you cast it anymore. It just says it's impossible to cast the spell. Oh my fucking god. I hate the devs of this game sometimes. Like, I know it's impossible to cast the spell. Why did you let me memorize it? Visual vortex. Yeah, that's the thing. If the vortex, I don't know, I have a suspicion, and this is based on nothing but my own intuition, I have a suspicion that it's hard-coded to be less likely. Gotta wait off this contam. Which builds up every time I miscast. I can get confused, I can get blinked, I can summon vortices. I know for a fact if the vortex hits you, you can be sent to the abyss. So at the very least, even if the blink can't do it or is less likely to do it, if I can get the vortex to punch me in the face. Problem is, I'm dealing with like, I'm gonna suck up all my piety if I wait around so too long, you know? I'm honestly surprised that my piety hasn't dropped. Of course, I was at absolute max. Is there a better way I could be doing this? Hey Wesley, so we came into this bazaar, and luckily or unluckily, if you prefer, Shield of Resistance spawned, which I really want, but I can't afford. So instead I bought a Plate Armor of Ponderousness, and I'm trying to send myself to the Abyss by virtue of having a really high miscast chance so I can go hunt down more gold. But Blink is not wanting to cooperate. I mean, I guess I could just kidding, I can't use SpIE either because that's 100% fail rate. This is irritating. I tried to memorize Gel's Gravitas so it would be more likely, but at least we think it might be more likely for it to send me to the Abyss. I'm trying to get this vortex to hit me too. Did you lose? No, I haven't lost anything, STG. What are you talking about? I'm just trying to abuse the game right now. Space bends around you, okay. I mean, I could just leave this bazaar right now, and if I go down a pip of piety, I might very well do that. So you have heavier armor shield. Yeah, I threw on this plate armor of ponderousness on purpose because I'm trying, weirdly enough, I'm trying to get miscasts right now because I want to go to the Abyss. You know, if I had carried around a disto weapon like I usually do, we wouldn't have this problem. Yeah, that's exactly right, Wesley. It does kind of mess with... Hey, that's a new one. We got anchored, minus telly. I'm pretty sure every time it says space bends around you, that's an actual randomized disto weapon effect. So that could be an Abyss instead. This would be a lot easier if I didn't have to deal with the contam going up, but what I don't want to do is I don't want to get mutated, so I have to wait the contam off. Come on, buddy. You know you want to hit me. Maybe I should take my shield off. So that the vortices can't. Why do I want to go to the Abyss? So I can get more gold and purchase something that I otherwise can't afford. You feel strangely unstable. Should I be worried that it's going to send me on the like somewhere outside. Because it just threw a tele on me. There's no land, right? I'm gonna magic map just to be sure. Okay, good. There's nowhere for me to land. I don't want to be on the outside of this stone. That'd be outrageous. Okay, without the shield, this thing can actually do solid damage to me. Guys, is this worth doing? Am I doing something incredibly boring to watch right now? Because I can stop this if you guys want me to. It's really not necessary. It's just I hate the idea of leaving the shield behind because it's such a good item and I'm never going to find it again. I mean, literally, you cannot find it again. I guess I could find a shield that does something similar, but it's not likely at all. It's quite interesting. All right. By the way, Hardwood, I'm gonna respond to your message on Discord. I just I think I was already streaming when you sent that. Unless it's an item you can't afford, that this is unnecessary. I mean, that's the thing. I couldn't afford it. That's why I am doing it. If I could just buy it, it's not like I do this to save gold or something. Please diligently continue this for the next hour. Maybe talk about philosophy. I could go on a rant about devs and open source. That's always a real winner. I don't know why my piety hasn't dropped. I have a suspicion it might be piety drop might be turned off in bazaars these days or something. Come on, keep hitting me, bro. The worst thing about those vortices is that they move randomly. I'll be impressed if you actually get this to work. I mean, I don't understand why. I mean, it's just a matter of doing it and not running out of food or piety. Obviously, I'm getting miscast effects, so unless it's hard-coded to just not do that, which it very well might be. But, I mean, doesn't he and Man both seem to think that this is not impossible, so. Is there a food shop? Not here. Not in the bazaar. I hate the devs too. They didn't give zombies the ability to hold holy weapons, unlike MRG crawl. Now, I never said that was going to be a feature in MRG crawl. Just for the record. Gosh, I sure wish I could cast a higher level TLOX spell. The thing about the food, though, is I can actually make food by virtue of worshipping Kiku. He'll send me corpses and I can eat those. No, it's not called MRG crawl either, actually. It's called the definitive edition of DCSS. I'm a little egotistical, but not so much as to put my name on the... I'm not going to inflict my vanity on everyone who plays the game. RoseCrypto.com crawl. I might inflict advertising on people. It's not quite the same thing as vanity. Should I just make a macro for this? CBY. Pretty much, Wesley, although I wouldn't call you lazy. Hey, we're cast into the abyss. Alright. Yeah, baby. Now to find out if this was really dumb on my part. This is Abyss 1 too. I want to put my real armor back on. Okay, let's think about what we're doing here. There's some stuff I want, but what I don't want is to get owned by this wretched star. Infestation is what we really want here. Let me take a step. Let me infest these two guys. I'll order my friends to attack that. They should kill it pretty fast before I get mutated too badly. Let's apport this gold to me. The only problem here is that I won't be able to drain much of this stuff. But I can apport items to me. That's nice. So you guys thought it couldn't be done, but it was done. This Revenant, just dispel him to death. Let's regen as well. Get those hit points back. I don't feel bad about this at all, by the way. You know, I think we made the right choice. How much gold do I need? That's a good question. We have, sadly, we had to spend like 400 some gold to get enough for the ponderous plate armor to do this. So if I look up resistance, it doesn't really want to let me search for it because it's in a bazaar, or does it? Shield of Res. Yeah, okay. 904 is what we need, and we have about 300, so 600 gold, give or take. I mean, I'm just going to run around here with a huge scarab army, and it's going to be real tough for anything to ruin my day. Some gold. Inexplicably, there's a ruined door here. More gold. We're making progress. Yeah, Abyss is meant to be really spooky. It's basically the land of chaos hardwood, where anything can happen. You might even find in the Abyss there's a version of Voltraz who isn't an asshole. Sorry, that was a cheap shot. But really though, anything in the game can spawn items, monsters, whatever you can think of, really. Also, you can send people to the Abyss with banishing, and then find them later. None too pleased that you sent them here. I'm gonna keep infesting these things so scarab beetles pop out of them and help me out. Getting some scrolls and stuff, that's nice. More tellies. Always welcome. We have a lot of temporary mutations. Getting half experience, of course, when we're using our allies to kill things. But again, we're not here for experience, we're here for gold. Making very good progress. We already have 374. Remember, all we need is 908, I think? Shield of resistance? 904, actually. Can my little guys see invisible? They actually can't, so I'm going to do them a favor and kill the unseen horror for them. We'll try to stay on Abyss 1. Oh god. A silent specter just spawned essentially on my head, and it's following me. Okay, we'll just let the we'll let the specter tie to the scarabs. That could have been spooky though. Right now we don't have a lot of ways to deal with well, you know what's funny is we actually dropped our wands outside the bazaar, not anticipating this sort of horrible adventure. So we're lacking things that we can do inside of silence. I mean, Sack of Spiders is good, but I'd really rather have a very, very large wand of acid. Let's drop the Ring of Attention. Glowing orange brain dies, a death scarab bursts from the glowing orange brain. How about that visual? Wow. Thanks, Hardwood. Good to hear. Very happy about that. Let my scarabs slaughter this lich. Liches, when will they ever learn? I can just keep getting allies. We can resolve this little surround problem pretty quickly. We're out of mana is the problem. But I mean, this is a lot of scarabs. Scarabs are really strong allies. Remember that this is a next to final level spell, level 8 spell. So, you know, the allies that it makes are incredibly powerful. Not really tanky, but huge damage, especially in numbers. Think of them as my escort through this place, I guess. How would you recommend playing a Draconian? Depends what kind of Draconian. If you're playing a caster, I would probably recommend trying not to focus too hard on elemental magic until you find out what school or what color you are, and then play to your strengths afterwards. I mean, the thing is that your breath can, on most Draconians, your breath gives you the ability to just kind of cheese your way through the lair. Yeah, DrCj sounds like a really... I always like to recommend people try that as one of their first casters, unless they want to go the ultra easy route and do like a null wizard. DrCj is a good wizards or a good caster start if you want to kind of get an idea of how to skill casters, because Draconians can do literally anything. You know, their aptitudes are such that they're pretty good at everything. So, you know, you could end up as a summoner, you could end up as a conjurer, you could end up, depending on your color, you could end up using some kind of elemental magic. It's all pretty good. They're also good at melee too. So bear in mind you don't have any GDR unless you're transmuting. So even if you have a ton of AC, you can still take huge damage from things in melee. Wonder if you'll get enough gold from this place? I will, eventually. I mean, it just is more of a matter of how long it's going to take. I just got a pile of 60. I mean, I would say gold is probably the most common thing that spawns in here. I'm annoyed with Null Wizard because I was having a good Null Wizard run and then I found the monsters from D12, D15 on D10 because LMAO Vault. That's it's probably one of those min-May abominations. Sorry about that. That person is known to make horrifically unbalanced content. But yeah, typically monsters that are severely out of depth should be behind a ruined door. If it's not, you can pretty safely blame min-May for that. 9 times out of 10. Hey, Wand of Acid. 11 charges too. That's nice. Also found another Enchant Armor scroll. If you auto-explored into it, then it couldn't have had a rune door. Rune doors will not automatically get opened. We've already got 434. We're about halfway there. There's a little more. 442. There's a little more. 456. Okay, this is a bit of a problem. Let's order them to attack. Please, please do not hellfire me. Oh, you're hellfiring me. But you're slow now. Cast regen. Hellion dies. Gateway leading out appears. So we could leave the Abyss right now. LMAO, you're dead now, D10 Vault before Lair. Well, typically, I mean, I don't want to denigrate your experience, but typically that's not the thing that just LMAO kills you. Because, I mean, even if you auto-explore into a bad vault, usually you could just kind of walk away once you realize what you're dealing with. Depending on what kind of monsters spawn, of course. If some kind of, I mean, I don't know, if like a hornet spawns and you're nowhere near a staircase and you just don't have the wands necessary to kill it or deal with it, or any teleport scrolls, I mean, yeah, you're probably boned. But I would be more concerned about things like, you know, not just walking into that vault, but getting shafted in the middle of that vault. Then you've got a very serious, unfair situation where it's like, you know, through no fault of your own, you're just in the middle of a death party. Centaur Warrior shows up far away. Yeah, Centaur Warriors at a certain point in the game can be a big problem. Although a lot of it is recognizing you're in serious doo-doo. Like if you see that, I mean, what's the first thing you did is my question. So you're at full hit points and you've got a Cyclops. Or maybe you're not at full hit points. Maybe he immediately hit you with a rock for big damage. What did you do at that point? Would be my first question. What really killed me was when I ran away and then a Deep Elf Knight nuked me. So you ran backwards and he was behind you? And he ambushed you, basically? Because like my instinct is if I run into some garbage like that and my character's not prepared to fight it. Oh, memed. We were going for some gold and we got teleported. If I'm not prepared to fight it, typically I'll do like a fog and then take a step if, you know, if I need to stop it from seeing me. Let's use some of our newfound acid. There we go, now we have a couple friends. Took away my friends with that abyss teleport. But yeah, I would fog, block line of sight that way so I'm not taking tons of damage. Then I would, I guess I would probably teleport at that point. The Kiku buffet. Hey Blue, you're going to really appreciate what I'm doing right now. So the reason why we're in the Abyss is actually by choice. We went to a bazaar. We arrived at the bazaar. We had about 700 gold. We saw that the Shield of Resistance had spawned. Except it cost 900 gold. Didn't have enough money for it. We did, however, see that there was a plate armor of Ponderousness for sale for 400 gold. So I bought that, proceeding to make my spells not particularly castable. And then I cast Blink until the miscast sent me to the Abyss so I could hunt down enough gold to buy Shield Resistance. And that's why we're here. So our goal is to get to 904 gold and then leave this place. A Galaxy Brain play. I tried my best, thank you. It took a while, too. Even at 99% fail rate, apparently getting Abyssed from a T-Locations Translocations miscast is actually not that likely. Sadly, we cannot BVC the Wretched Star. Boom, Ambrosia. Alright. So the equivalent of hay shafts are kind of dumb. What if we just reworked those? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Randomly getting shafted 3 floors is dumb. Now, if you got shafted 3 floors because you made a mistake, that'd be pretty cool. I love mechanics that tell the player, man, you screwed up. Here's your spanking. You know, because that's like, that's fun. That kind of gives the player, you know, oh wow, I learned something from this, you know. But if it's just random, then it gives the player a much worse feeling. Okay. Okay, so the funny thing is this Lorosaproka is invisible, but I think I can order my guys to follow me. I can like have them retreat here actually. Ah, come on. Retreat to the end of the hallway and then follow. There we go. Now sadly the Lorosaproka, I assume that's how you pronounce that, is not undead. He's actually a demon. Thankfully he's BVCable, so down he goes. Actually wasn't sure if he was insubstantial or not. Okay, let's apport this gold. Boom, 21 more gold. 553 gold. We're really getting close. They should include it in school curriculums. Yeah, Hardwood. Maybe that was where America started to go wrong. I don't know. when we took that out of the school, who knows? Maybe. There's a way down to a deeper level of the Abyss, but you know what? I'm having tons of fun in this nice and easy Abyss 1. Let's not go deeper. More gold, 46 pieces, it's good. Stone giant skeleton. Running out of mana, so we'll just stop casting Infest for a little while. Unless we can perhaps hit multiple things with it. Okay guys, coming at me from all sides. Another telly. 15 scrolls of teleport, not bad. Well, there's a way out. I'd love to take it, but we only have 599 gold, and that's not enough. In before a dev sees this this stream, or the video of this stream, and makes it so you can't be abyssed from the bazaar. They're like, oh, sorry, not intended. Too cool. Removed. That's interesting, STG Motu. I mean, the issue, I think I tend to agree with you in not necessarily the idea that you presented, but in the spirit behind it. There absolutely is a big jump in power from D12 to D15. And, you know, some people, this is actually a really interesting debate I've had with players, really good players, you know, because reasonable minds may differ, about what the best strategy to do is, because I've always said that the first thing you want to do on any character is go straight to lair. You know, don't go deeper. Once you find lair, boom, go into lair immediately. And I've had people disagree with me on that, and maybe they're right. I don't know. But my reasoning is that there are tons of MR threats in the dungeon potentially, and there are no MR threats in the lair except for uniques, which are not guaranteed to spawn. You know. So that's a minus teleplate, but it's plates, so forget that. I will grab that haste though. That's basically why they turned. Yeah, no, that's why depths exist, because it used to be D1 to D27, which, as you can imagine, got stupid real quick. Seeing that Lich Vault changed my mind. Well, the Lich Vault was, you really shouldn't make a choice based on that, because I opened that willingly. That was behind a rune door. That thing was totally balanced. I mean, you could make the argument that it's a dumb vault because there's no reason to do it. And certainly you shouldn't be able to be shafted into such a thing, but I mean, I was not forced to take those encounters. That was my own bad decision making, basically, or purposeful, you know, calculated risk taking, if you want to be more generous. It worked out, so whatever. And you get shafted into a rune vault. You're not supposed. What do you mean rune? You mean a? What do you mean by a rune vault? You mean a door with runes, or do you mean like the actual runes, like in branches? You know, like 15 runes of Zot. Because yes, you can be shafted into branch ends. Well, actually, no, you can't be shafted into branch ends. You can be teleported into branch ends, rune door vaults. Yeah, so you're not supposed to be able to be shafted into rune door vaults, but my understanding is that several of them are improperly labeled, such that it is possible. So, yeah, have fun with that. I saw this really funny screenshot once of somebody who had been shafted into a bunch of like bees and stuff into this vault that was like a 3x3 room, and he was just surrounded by insects that proceeded to murder him, you know, because he had nowhere to go. Anyway, we just got forcefully plunged from Abyss 1 to Abyss 2. That happens sometimes, unfortunately. Things are going to be a little harder now. Found an artifact ring. Okay, so we just burned all our mana to get 4 scarabs. Miscast infestation a few times there, unfortunately. Is it impossible to go back up? Not without leaving the place entirely. We do not need scrolls of brand weapon. We'll drop those and then never pick them up again. $802 gold. We're getting close. We only need 102 more gold. What's at the bottom of the abyss? So the way it works is there is a rune of Zot here, and you need 3 runes of Zot to be able to enter the realm of Zot, which is where the orb is. And the goal of the game is to get the orb and take it out of the dungeon. So also, you could just get all the runes if you wanted to for bragging rights. So anyway, once you hit Abyss 3 or lower, you can find the rune. It can spawn anywhere from 3, 4, or 5 while you're on it. It can just randomly show up. And the deeper you go, the more stuff shows up. So to answer your question, what's at the bottom of the abyss, it's just incredibly fast monster spawning, basically, and a chance to find the rune. Once you find the rune, you will find exits more often. Exits from the abyss. Because, I mean, you have no reason to be there anymore, so the game kind of throws you a bone. There's an exit, but again, not quite enough gold yet. Okay, I got teleported, losing my entire army. Let's acid this guy. And then we'll lightning rod him. Sadly, my big mass of scarabs hasn't really shown up yet. Kind of ran out of mana before I could get the steamroll going, so I'm going to back up. What if you always entered the abyss at the lowest abyss level you've seen? I guess that would make abyss a little less farmable, Gary Burton. I guess I probably would be okay with that. I would need to play test it, but that seems okay, I guess. Alright, a couple of scarabs following me. I mean, in a typical game of DCSS, you probably don't get abyssed at all, or more than once. So, I mean, if you're going in and out of the place many, many times, you're either screwing things up with your play, or you're trying to farm. So I guess I wouldn't be, I don't know, I guess I wouldn't really be against the idea if the goal is to try to stop people from farming, or to make it not particularly easy to farm. Not sure where my other scarabs went, but okay. Got some gold. Currently the limit on farming is mutations and wretched stars. See, I don't think the mutations are really a limit, because the reality is that barring bad luck, you can block 100% of mutations in here with a single spell, which is Summon Lightning Spire, you know. More gold. And wretched stars are obnoxious, I guess, but it's not hard to build a character that can steamroll them or kill them quickly, you know. And the transient mutations are like annoying, but you get those off pretty quickly. I mean, it's not uncommon for a character to actually find that the optimal thing for him to do is to hang out in the abyss for a while, depending on what kind of character it is. Currently, right, but that was the plan with mutators and stars and abyss, I think. It may have been. I would say that was a failed plan, so to speak, if that's the case. I mean, I can see where they're coming from, I just don't think it actually does the intended effect. Wretched stars are pretty wretched, though, I'm not going to lie. Ah, we keep miscasting infestation. And again. Okay, this is not bad. Good number of scarabs now. Keep looking for gold. See, that's how you know I should have saved, saved the altars and looked for Gozag instead. Then we wouldn't be having this problem. Of course, we'd be a very different character. Hello, Angel. Can you beat scarabs swarming you? No, you can't. Yeah, infestation is hilariously strong. What's up, Asimov? Oh, Deva. Or a Diva, if you prefer. Everything dies to infestation, to be honest. There's an exit, still can't quite afford the shield, so we gotta keep going. Hey, infestation works on Gozag. Believe it or not, going necromancy on Gozag is not as dumb as it sounds. You don't get corpses, but you don't need corpses to do the best things that necromancy has to offer. You have to find it? Well, I guess, but just buy a shop, man. You'll eventually get it. Might take a little while, but the power of capitalism. It's going to be a big infest. Let's bolt through these dudes. Single infest going to get me 4 scarabs. Very good. We're so close I can taste it. 881 gold. Bcrawl elemental staves remove spell hungers for their school now. I'm hoping that makes Gozag casters more viable. I gotta tell you, I wouldn't worry about making Gozag casters more viable. They're already incredibly viable. You just have to play them in a very particular way. Which personally, I mean, it's your fork, obviously. I can't tell you what to do. But personally, I think that that's interesting, the fact that you have to play them in a very particular way. I play Gozag casters all the time, you know? Bcrawl is not trunk. Bcrawl is a fork of DCSS that Gary Burton here runs. I played it briefly for his tournament and got incredibly butthurt because I was teleported as soon as I went down the D1 stairs to D2 into an untenable, unsurvivable situation. Which, to his credit, he immediately changed so that it doesn't happen from D1 to D2 anymore. But kind of soured me a bit. Let's get intelligence. 39 intelligence on a human. This is pretty much deep elf tier at this point. You're also literally the only person that happened to. Well, fate is not without a sense of irony, considering I'm the person who's always kind of complaining about things like that being possible. Certainly it was extremely unlucky RNG, but I don't know, man. Doesn't seem great that can happen. Unheard of in reality, I guess. We found a fear scroll, but then we got teleported before we could grab it. And we get teleported again. And we get teleported again. What's going on, Abyss? What's going on, big guy? Alright, we have the gold. 904 gold, we have 911. It costs 904, so we have enough. Now we just have to find an exit. Jesus. It's teleporting me so frequently. It's like it doesn't want me to have any allies. Now we could go all the way to 5, Abyss 5, because the thing about that is that well, as you get experience in the Abyss, you get exits. But once you find your first exit that appears from experience, you no longer get exits, you get downstairs until you reach Abyss 5. So we've obviously seen an experience-based exit already. So if we want to not just rely on a random exit, we would need to go to Abyss 5. Lug does not like you at the moment. Yeah, and GMAT, I think that's about right. It's probably because I've been abusing his poor Abyss for gold. Okay, there's a path downwards. I mean, maybe. I guess I can go to Abyss 2 and maybe... Do I really want to risk Abyss 5? No. I mean, I don't. See, look. The substance of the Abyss twists violently and a gateway leading down appears. That's the problem. Is that it's going to send me down rather than out. We're going to VSEE the dragon, Bone Dragon, so he has no evasion, dies really fast to my scarabs. Hmm. Freaking ghost moth that my scarabs can't see. Probably bolt him to death. There we go. Scarabs actually fought him, but only because they were trying to get back to me. I wouldn't take this char below Abyss 3. I think I agree. The only reason I'm kind of willing to go to Abyss 3 is that I could find the rune, I guess, and that would find me exits more often. To be honest, so much crap is coming to me here. I'm just resting and letting my scarabs do the work. That's right, Wesley. It's good. It's one of the few things that I'll take over stat form. Alright, we're on Abyss 3. We could immediately go to Abyss 4 if we felt like it, but I'm going to save myself some pain and not do that. Got some more gold. Infest these things. You thought Discord gave you full experience your first time using it? Yeah, Discord is one of those spells that's just like, it's kind of a meme. It's a whole hell of a lot of fun to do, but it's also not particularly strong. I mean, it's like it's strong, but it doesn't work against the things you want it to work on. This is the rune vault, I think. I think these are the special tiles. Sadly, I can't VSEE these stars. Let's lightning these dudes. Oh hell, I really wanna. I'm gonna potion a magic actually, just so I can VSEE these guys and get more friends. Hardwood. How did you know that? Who told you the secret? Okay, this is getting dumb. We're gonna lamp of fire this stuff. And then VSEE it. So that'll be pretty good. I want to get the rune. I'm almost positive this is the vault. It has those special floor tiles, unless I'm misidentifying it perhaps. Getting a ton of transmute mutations, unfortunately. Yeah, Asimov has discovered a really fun way to use my clown frog. Check it out. I want a bolt of... Well, no, I don't want a bolt of training. I can't. It doesn't work on these guys. I want to bolt this stuff, but I run the risk of turning the scarab hostile if it doesn't miss. Can I get in this thing? It's just stupid one-way entrance is just wrecking me. My scarabs need room to, you know, they need breathing room. Okay, this is good. There's the rune. Apport it, grab the rune, boom! That'll make us find exits much more. I have just an enormous number of transient mutations. Actually, I guess it's not that many. Okay, now we have more. Gateway leading down appears. We're not going to go deeper. There's no reason to at this point. We'll find an exit super fast now that we have the rune, or at least we should. I suppose I could get bamboozled if luck is not on my side, but better that than having to deal with super fast spawns, you know. Hey, lustful pastries. Well, we found Kiku as our first altar, and it was on D3, so what was I going to do, not go Kiku? I mean, Kiku virtually gives you the game for free. He's extremely tedious to play, but I mean, he's just so powerful. Ah, crap, I just let myself get mutated. How you doing, by the way, lustful pastries? Infestation is bae, it's true. It's certainly letting me do some shenanigans in the abyss right now. You're gonna be real excited to learn why I'm in here. I think I'm gonna leave it as a surprise for you until we get out, but there's an extremely fun reason that we're in the abyss at all. Only one win away from greater player. I don't know if I've ever gotten that on this account. Maybe. I guess I could check real fast. I may not be one. Let's see. Great player, Malcolm Rose. Greater player, Malcolm Rose. That command takes forever if I remember correctly. Dude, Wesley, just like relax for a day, man. Give yourself a day or two to chill out. You know, low stress activities. Okay, apparently this account has not won an enchanter or a summoner. That doesn't surprise me that I didn't want to play those. I mean, I've won those before, just not on Malcolm Rose. Kind of surprising, I guess. I hate Summoner. Summoner might be one of my worst liked classes, just because the early game is so tedious. I mean, it's powerful, don't get me wrong, or it can be. Although things like early game centaurs are going to mess you up. If you're not careful. Alright guys, where's my exit? Gary Burton, I mean because things like centaurs can just shoot through your allies. So using them to block shots doesn't actually work. Got teleported. Okay, my mind is blown right now that I haven't found an exit yet, but I mean, look at this. We're finding ways down, but we're not finding any ways up. Torment me if you want to. I don't care. My scarabs are coming for you, buddy. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I go lower just to speed this up? It's a little dangerous, but not really. I mean, this guy's strong. He can take it. He just might end up using some resources. Also, as an aside, going deeper means that you find exits faster. Just kidding, it teleported me. Let's drop the plate armor of ponderousness. Not going to need that again. Wish I had mana. Make more scarabs off those guys. Had to give up on Baldur's Gate? Why is that, Lustful Pastries? You having trouble? I wanted you to see the ending. It's great. If we find it downstairs, I'm going to take it. I've decided. Or if we get an experience downstairs, which we will eventually. This might take a little while. Because then we can put a real clock on. Oh wait, never mind. Just kidding. I lied. Boom, you passed the gate. Alright, so here's the reason we went to the Abyss. Lustful Pastries, check it out. I came in here, I couldn't afford the Shield of Resistance, so I bought a Ponderous Armor. Miscast Blink until I could go to the Abyss so I could collect enough gold to do it. And it worked. So now we have RF+, RC+, and MR+, all in the same shield. Really, really good. That means that if I take off a Ring of Magic, we're almost immune to liches. If I put the Ring of Magic back on, we are totally immune to ancient liches even. So it's great. Wow, that really sucks ass, Lustful Pastries. That sounds like a bug. Your entire party explodes. Have to load an old save. You don't have an autosave or anything? My god, that is painful, man. I'm sorry. That's what happens when you play old games, I guess, but it's not a bug, it's on purpose. Yeah, but you'd think there would be a way around it so that you don't get soft locked, is all I'm saying. Yeah, I probably could have told you about that if I had played BG anytime recently. It's just been a little while. So yeah, that unexpected adventure was great and all, but I'm just about done with the Abyss forever. Let's get back to what we were doing, which is finishing out vaults. It'd be nice if I could get to tabbing, but I don't think this character's ever going to do that. So what's the reason why your party explodes? I don't remember. Is it some kind of curse that has to do with the island? Like, is there a justification? I mean, I don't understand. I could skip Vaults 5 if I felt like it. I'm probably not gonna because I want the loot and everything. So how come you don't get to just play out the game as werewolves? I feel ripped off. You can you can have a werewolf character in Baldur's Gate 2. Did you know that? This is a big vault. Thankfully, we're just sort of wrecking all of it with scarabs. Just immolate, finish it off. Did you at least get to do the quest when you go into, what do you call it, the Ulgroth's beard or whatever, when the wizard just sees you and is like, hey, I'm going to test you, and he teleports you away to an island? Did you do that? You don't think Baldur's Gate is a very long game? It's got a lot of hours of play in it, if you ask me. Couldn't beat the island, so I loaded an old save. Yeah, that's there's a lot of really powerful mages and stuff in there, is why I asked you, because it's like, it's just a fun challenge. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff in Baldur's Gate really encourages you to cheese a lot. Depending on what you define as cheese, there's you know, like I'll give you an example. Those mages start with a bunch of buffs up, and you can just like rest several times in a row, and then the buffs go away. Or you can like engage the mage, and he'll cast up some of his buffs, and then you can like get away and rest, and then those buffs go away, so on and so forth. That sounds fun, NG-Matt. Okay, we're level 25, not bad, not bad. Get some allies here. Yeah, Lustful Pastries. Roux can be used on any kind of character. It's great. Although, I mean, it's funny. I used to think that Roux was my favorite god to play under, just because of those auras being really good. But the more I play this game, the more I realize that I don't really like him that much, because the sacrifices can really screw you over and take away some of the things in the game that are incredibly, just incredibly good. I mean, I don't know. Like CeCK Love, CeCK Evocations, Artifice, I guess it's called, really hamstrings your characters. What do I want to train? I guess I probably want to get Haunt online, but I don't have nearly enough spell levels. If I had Amnesia, I could at least Amnesia off Gel's Gravitas, but no such luck. Man, Westy, you gotta just relax, man. You can bolt pretty much anything to death here. Certainly it's not as quick and straightforward as tabbing through everything, but it works. And honestly, I'm super happy that we went through the trouble to get that shield, because our resistances are in a really good place now. Some boggarts have a lot of evasion, but they eventually go down to bolt like everything else. So number one, I don't want to get Bolt of Drained. Number two, I don't want to get just wrecked by a Crystal Guardian. But PVC, as usual, solves all problems. Breathing exercises are really good, Lustful Pastries. That's good advice, I think. Trying to get this guy, well, this set of guys in a hallway so I can just bolt them to death. Nice. Alright, V3 is almost done. Honestly, like, I don't even know if this character needs to do crypt now. I spent so much time in the Abyss, I actually got a decent amount of experience, and we found this shield. I could probably just bypass it. I'm not so much willing to bypass, well, it's 5, but... Also, is Death Channel available? Yes, it is. Yeah, meditation is awesome, man. I should do it more often. Hey, it's a Lich Party. I should have checked this ghost first. That's... okay, that's not bad. Dispel Undead. Running out of mana fast, but it kills these guys even faster. Easy enough. Helmet is actually pretty incredible. R core, RC+, strength +3. I mean, I tell you, the game really wants to give me a helmet with R core on it, but I think I'd rather have Senv all the time. Not gonna lie. This is RF minus. I like the fact that it has MP +9 and strength +8, but I'm not wearing RF minus. Manual of Necromancy, that's pretty hilarious. Okay. Talk about luck, man. Okay, we are marked. Easy enough to just bolt all this stuff. I mean, I could speed things up by doing infestation, which I'm going to do from time to time, but to be fair, what it's really doing is stealing all my experience, you know, or some of it. So I probably shouldn't overuse that trick, even if it does make things less tedious. Okay, I don't really care about checking these artifacts anymore. What would you guys consider the hardest combo to win, aside from commit runs? I don't know what a commit run is, but just in the base game, because I mean we could go into wacky things like, oh, I see. I call those conduct runs, but I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean, outside of wacky things from forks like Felid Mummy and Deprived, I don't know. I'd have to think about that. That's an interesting question. Probably Mummy would be the species, if I had to guess. In the background, I mean, maybe like a... Maybe it would be a Mummy Monk, or maybe a Mummy Scald. It's a really interesting question. A lot of people would probably say Felid, but they'd be wrong, because with Felids, it's not exactly difficult. It's more tedious than anything, because you want to, I mean, you want to generally just reset a lot of fights and run away from a lot of fights, but the game gives you the ability to do so because your guy has running, so, you know. Mummy Berserker, I could see it. Yeah, late game Felid sucks, but like the game is never really going to bamboozle you, you know, if you choose the right god and everything. Whereas, well, I don't know, Mummy Berserker is kind of a funny one because Trog's Hand is pretty good, to be honest. I mean, you don't get Berserk, so I wouldn't say Mummy Berserker is the one. I really think Mummy Monk is probably among the hardest. I like that we can actually tank things pretty well. You know, we have that 10 armor, 10 dodging. Not half bad, really. Hey, it's this vault. Could get a nice artifact hat, robe, something. Ho ho! Oh, never mind. I thought that was the hat of the alchemist. Totally just seeing stuff. Hardcore hat, cute, but no thank you. A robe I don't particularly care for. Alright, that was a bust. That's fine though. Something like Deep Elf Transmuter where you don't start with a weapon on a frail species with tough starting book. Maybe. The thing about mummies is you don't get potions, which is pretty bad in the early game, and then you also, I think, get a hit point penalty. I could definitely see Deep Elf Transmuter. Or Deep Elf Monk would probably be pretty painful, but then you start with a weapon, so... I don't know. The problem with Deep Elf Transmuter is that if you survive to level 2, you've won the game, because you've got Sticks of Snakes. Whereas on a Monk, you're just like stuck with what the game gives you. I wouldn't want to play a deep elf monk. Alright, let's think about this. Have we found amnesia? No such luck. So I actually can't get Death Channel, which is a shame because I'd really like to have Death Channel. I knew I should have gone for that staff form. Just kidding, of course. If I could kill all this stuff with infestation, we could have a really easy, straightforward, you know, just like billions of allies type situation. Probably should have hasted before I came down here. Yeah, I should have buffed up since I'm... Alright, we're going to go up. We're going to haste. We're going to agi. Hey, NaNe Badger. No, I don't think I'm going to RIP. I think we're going to win. We're going to might, even though I'm probably not going to use any attacks. It'll increase my SH a little bit. I'm not going to use a Potion of Resist. I am going to use a Potion of Brilliance. This will be good. And we'll like blink and telly if need be. I mean, we have 2 blinking. Open up with BVC and then infest. Getting corroded, which already sucks. BVC. I'm going to bolt this stuff. Okay, allies are coming. Tons and tons of allies are coming. Let's bolt this stuff because it'll all hit. There we go. I'm going to acid stuff now. Because we're out of mana. We're out of mana, so it's kind of a problem to kill this stuff with spells unless I were to drink magic. Let's see, let's take a little look at what we're doing. We have -4 corrosion, which is not bad. We're constricted, which is not great. Probably ought to kill those, the thing constricting me, to be honest, since it's nuking my EV. I can always blink if need be. I can always drink a potion of magic if need be. But yeah, we'll acid this thing to death, so we're no longer constricted, which is great. I have 2 magic. I don't want to waste them. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to Ambrosia just for a minute. Because my allies are slaughtering everything. I can stand here while confused. I feel totally okay with it. As long as this guy doesn't have LCS. Yeah, he doesn't. Okay, that's over with. We'll infest this. Infest all this. And my gigantic pile of scarabs is just kind of wreck face. Also, how you doing, NaNe Badger? I don't know if I said that. It's good to see you in the stream, man. I'd like to infest again, but I don't have the mana. Here we go. Oh, I did? Okay. Yeah, infest works plenty good in the plenty well in the extended game. It's incredibly powerful. Okay, Boris is invisible. My scarabs don't know what to do. let's Ambrosia one more time. Okay, we'll wait one more turn. After this, good. We'll drink Curing. We'll infest all this stuff. And then we'll Acid. Actually, you know what? I want to BBC. And then Acid some more. No longer hasted. Kind of a pain. What to do about this? So many infested things, but it's not going to help if they don't die. Could be kind of funny to try to torment here, but I'm not gonna because it could blow up in my face if Kiku doesn't block it. This is good. Then the archer will be infested. Alright, and then we'll keep using Acid. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, I'll put the Scarab in between me and Boris. Then I'll order them all to attack the Golden Dragon. Golden Dragon will die. At this point, I think I am going to use... Gosh, I kind of want to... I know it'll turn things hostile, but you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Immolate. Did not kill the Vault Warden like I hoped it would. So we're going to Ice Blast. That'll turn some of my Scarabs hostile, unfortunately. It's time to go upstairs for sure. Nice. Up we go. How you guys like that, Volts 5? How's that for crashing through the gates? Not bad, huh? Hey, Adort, how you doing? You're always sleeping, man. I'm on to you. Let's Acid the Demonologist. And then bolt through him to, or bolt through my allies to hit him, but it doesn't work. I'll order my Scarabs to kill him, how about that? I want my allies to help me out here. I'm actually going to go up. I have so many teleports, I'll just use one, it's fine. Then BVC, and then bolt to death. We've done enough, we've cleared out enough of the floor that I don't know, maybe I should just tele. Also, I don't have RN+, that kind of sucks against... I'd really like to resist negative if I could at all times due to these shadow dragons. I can't kill them quickly is the thing. Wow, see, look at how, look, red drain immediately. I mean, this is bad. Technically, I could die here, come to think of it. That was absolutely wild. I think that was like a maximum damage negative bolt. 2 exclamation points? How much damage can that do? Holy shit. I went from 201 hit points to 137. I can do 75, right? 30, 24, 60, 64, 68, 72. That did almost max damage. Have I done elf yet? Yeah, I did elf, I think. Let's blink out of here. Put up regen. They're already infested. Just failed to put up SpIE twice in a row. What a shame. Back off. I'm real annoyed at the fact that we just failed to cast things like a billion times in a row. So I'm just going to use a Scroll of Summoning. And a Potion of Magic. Nah, Ambrosia. Okay, Curing now. Make sure this stuff is all infested. If I can get a nice little steamroll started. It's just too many Shadow Dragons, man. Should be VSEEing them to help my buddies out here. Well, this is just not happening for me. Tentacled Mon, T-Mons are only speed 10, right? Yeah, they are. Constrict my red ugly thing. Alright. Alright, Odysseus. Okay, we're going to use File of Floods and get memed on because it didn't actually knock him away from me. Are you infested? Yeah, you are. God, the bolt of draining. Let's just walk away, man. You know what? I've had it. I'm done. Goodbye. Okay, maybe not. Agility. Heal wounds. Is this the LCS guy? Kinda, not really. Iron Shot. Heal wounds. Tela should kick in soon. I'm going to VVC this stuff just in case. Okay, good. Okay, this should be fine. We're just going to acid through this stuff. Now we have an ally. Alright, awesome. Bolt the Giant. Do I have Ambrosia? No, we're done with Ambrosia. That's over. Let's drink a few Curings just to be safe. Let's put on regen, actually. Let's lamp. This is not as bad as it looks like. I'm just conserving hastes and things right now. Oh, you son of a bitch. I tell you, I don't want to fight any more Shadow Dragons. That's my real problem. Not having R negative is usually not an issue at all. until you have to face like 4 shadow dragons in a row, and then you have a problem. Nice. Hey, Irie, how you doing? You've missed some really exciting adventures down here. What does drain do? Okay, so when you're drained, I'm only a little bit drained right now, but let's okay, so here's my training on all my skills right now, right? So if I'm drained and I show what the reduced value is, it actually reduces all of them by a certain amount. More drain, more amount. So it treats you as though you are crappier at all the things you can do, such as, in my case, necromancy, meaning that I would miscast my spells more often. I think I get like less AC and evasion from my dodging and armor training and things like that. Being drained is not a lot of fun, but most importantly, it can do like 75 damage to me. Yeah, Irie, how you liking the scarab action? Oh, someone asked where I'm getting the death scarabs from. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, hey, Anani Badger, yeah. It's there's a level 8 spell called Infestation that's in the Necronomicon. You cast it. That's the big, well, I'd show you, but I am lacking mana to do so right now. It's a level 8 spell. They're incredibly strong. And that's the giant targeting reticule. I'll show you here in a second. Oh, got dispersed. It's this thing, where I cast it, it targets all the things, and then it puts a debuff on them, so when they die, a scarab comes out and proceeds to own my enemies for me. Boom. So then I hover over these guys. It's the little purple dot in the background, and if I hold X and if I press X and go over them, it says infested. Then if something dies, the message is actually pretty cool. A death scarab bursts from the Sphinx. Yeah, easy win with Kiku for sure. We've had some close calls this game, but it was just due to my own recklessness, really, for the most part. We had a really stupid moment against TRJ, just because I was taking unnecessary risks. Wow, RF plus RC plus ring. That's really good. Yeah, you like those Scalds, right? By the way, if you want to see the rest of that Demon Spawn Scald, I haven't forgotten about him. I'm just kind of waiting for a time when you have time to watch a lot of it, because I assume you'd like to see the end game of it. Yeah, that is Resistance Shield, Irie. Actually, you want to hear a story about the Resistance Shield? It's a tale about how I found it in a bazaar. Couldn't afford to buy it, so I bought a Ponderous plate mail instead, and proceeded to cast Blink until it miscast to send myself to the Abyss, and then I gathered enough gold to afford the shield I wanted, because the shield is so damn good that it's worth almost endless amounts of shenanigans to get. I drop these rings. Well, that's one of the reasons why I usually carry around disto weapons. So the miscast thing was kind of a Hail Mary. Ponderous doesn't have anything to do with miscasting. I just found it funny that it was a +8 plate mail of ponderousness. It doesn't actually make you miscast more. It's just the fact that I had such encumbrance from the fact that it was plate mail. You know, a solid 18 points of encumbrance. what is good about it for people in the chat who aren't familiar? The shield, it gives you resistances, RF plus, RC plus, and then magic resistance. So I mean, finding 3 resistances like that on a single item is pretty rare. And MR plus is just so hilariously important. And this character particularly needed some, ideally on a slot that would let him swap some more. And it's a medium shield too, right? And I already had 15 shields, so it was kind of a no-brainer that I wanted to use it. I am slow, god damn it. Infest this stuff. And let the scarabs handle the Titan. Always read that humans are really weak. Are they? They're pretty bad. They're not the worst species in the game, but they're pretty bad. I mean, they're like, I think the best word for them would be okay. I mean, you'll definitely feel underpowered if you've been playing relatively strong species, I'll say that much. Hold on a minute, I feel a little bit, wow, I thought I saw that before. We've got 2 different armors of dyspraxia. I don't know what a dyspraxia is, but popular name for armor today, I guess. A robe and a chain. Manual of armor, alright. We'll use that. Got the rune. Spriggan's knife. Fun weapon, but we're not going to use it. Kriya's coat. That ring is the most attractive thing on the table, but if I were to take off my ring of magic protection, we could still be paralyzed by an Ancient Lich, so we kind of need 3 pips as a human at all times. Dyspraxia is a learning disability in children. Yeah, I was thinking of dyslexia, but dyspraxia sounds like it could easily be something real, so I'll believe you, Irie. Okay, 29 AC, 12 EV, 32 AC, 13 EV. Looks like Kriya's male code is a big pile of shit. We're going to stick with the scale mail. Might as well identify these weapons. One could have been minus telly. Dyspraxia is like dyslexia, but for hand-eye coordination stuff. Okay. The more you know. Alright, well, we did vaults. Alright, Anani Badger, let's let's not get my Twitch account banned. That seems like the kind of thing that, I don't know. I laughed. I'm not offended. I'm concerned that some employee at Twitch might be offended. Personally, I just don't give a shit, but you know, we're living in these unfortunate times where it's like you're not allowed to make any kind of joke, or the joke police will come arrest you and put you in prison. So I don't even know where the line is. Yeah, I don't think that Twitch or any other social media site knows where the line is either. I think that they just kind of don't enforce TOS. They enforce whoever's feeling a certain way on a certain day. You know? And the craziest thing is, like, I think that Twitch streamers can sometimes be held accountable for, like, what the people in their chat say, which is the truly mind-blowing thing, because, like, what am I, like your dad? I can't, you know, I'm not going to ban you. I mean, I don't know. It would be nice. I tell you what would be really nice is if I had some way of understanding what their actual terms of service is, or if they were consistent with the way that they enforce the toss, you know. Wow, Irie, we're getting to lewd territory here. But yeah, I mean, I don't care, you know, in terms of, it's like I don't have tender sensibilities to offend, so it's that's real hot hardwood. That's exactly what I'm into. If you ask to be called mommy, they can't ban you. I don't think that would be a ban-worthy offense, but, you know, I don't know. Don't make any assumptions, man. Oh, look at me dying to a simple water elemental at level 27. Find bees offensive in GMAT. How do you feel about MiAK, though? Are you offended by MiAK? I like that, Irie. I can get behind that. Let's have a protest against MiAK. How about a MiAK that spawns with a wand of acid? Wouldn't that be a fun time? Yeah, Ijib on D2 with Descent is pretty brutal. Although the way Ebering likes it, he can use all the wands now, including clouds. So look forward to that in Trunk. Wow, Depths level Asterion with +2 shield Boakal. A little late for Asterion to be showing up as a threat. Yeah, you can see MiAK pretty early in the dungeon in GMAT. It's not super common, but yeah, Odysseus, that's a Gozag altar vault, and Gozag is the god of gold, so let's Ice Blast these fools. This is the Enchantress. Oh, she has a Disto Rapier. Given that I'm not really interested in taking another trip to the Abyss, how about we keep her away from us? Enchantress dies, cool. Fairy Dragon Scales. Good God, you guys! R-Core and Int +10? Would he punish you for taking the money? No, but if you tried to join him, he'd take some as a tax. Look at the MiAK tile of the bee wearing a wig and tell me they're not asking for it. Yeah, they're asking for me to BVC them. Alright, so this wrecks my defenses. I go from 34 AC, 14 EV to 26 AC, 16 EV, but dude, I am tempted on account of the fact that it gives +10 int. I don't know if I've ever seen +10 int on a Fairy Dragon scale in my life. I mean, that's outrageous. Simulacrum, Zyri. Wow, that is tempting. I don't think I really need the spell power boost, though. I mean, what would I need the spell? I mean, the spell power boost would be nice for Haunt. Did I already learn Haunt? No, I didn't. Okay, we have Haunt now. That'll let us kill orbs of fire. No, I'm not going to wear the Fairy Dragon scale because sad to say, we just need defenses more than we need to be a premier spellcaster, you know, Sorcerer Supreme or whatever. Mal ignored me. You get teleport trapped into D2, that teles you into a shaft. You appear in D5 Vault with Out of Depth Draconian Ghost, Hydra Simulacrum, and a pack of melee all wielding Wands of Acid. That's quite a confluence of events there. I mean, it could happen. I don't think you need to get that elaborate, though, to have an incredibly unfun time with RNG in Crawl. Look no further than my CSDC Felid. Can you get shafted into a Ghost Vault? It's not supposed to be possible, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Okay, let's infest this stuff and then bolt through it. Getting me a lot of allies. Order my dudes to attack the statue. What all's alive here? I think everything's dead except for the statue. All this bright yellow is blowing my mind. The ghost is alive. We'll dispel him to death. There we go. Take all of Gozag's gold. There's actually a shop in here. Kind of funny. We'll buy fog scrolls. And that'll be it. Actually, we'll buy the might potion as well, I suppose. We'll change the game so it's possible. Yeah, I don't want the War Axe. I mean, okay, fine, I'll try it. It could be anything, even disappointment. I might as well try it out. Alright, so that's an incredible War Axe, actually. That's a +8 War Axe of speed. But we don't need a weapon, really, is the thing. But that reminds me, I've got gold, so what we're going to do is we're going to go, if the game doesn't want to freeze up on me, we're going to buy these 2 Scrolls of Summoning because that's going to be handy. We're also going to take a walk over here and get this box of beasts. And that's all the boxes of beasts that have spawned. Sacks of spiders as well. Abandon Kiku for Gozag. You have gold. Actually, I only have 241 now, and I think Gozag, yeah, Gozag, you'd be surprised how much it adds up. He taxes you based on how much is spawned in the entire game, so Gozag wants 2,647 gold right now. So that swap's not going to happen. Pretty happy with Kiku, to be honest. No, we're just going to go for the win, I think. In fact, we're probably going to dive Zot. Hope we don't get too ugly of a teleport into the Zot lungs or something. I didn't do the Convoker trick this time, so you know, fingers crossed on not getting punished. Because we don't have a Convoker friend to bring with us. Okay, I didn't want to fight all this stuff just yet, but whatever, our scarabs will get the job done. What am I doing? I should be bolting. Hey, we've crossed the 200 hit point threshold. I just noticed that. It's probably happened a while ago, but still nice. Potion of mutation. Alright, I'll buy that. Fall through a shaft for 2 floors. Quaff mute. We have 7, and I guess we technically do have a bad mutation. Step into the clouds. I think not. We've already been shafted to depths 4. What more entertainment do you want? Are you not entertained? Hey, a ring. Oh, okay. A ring with Aralek and Synv on it. You know, I am level 17 or 27 now. If I take off this ring, am I immune to Ancient Liches? No, I'm not. Okay, we'll keep this on then. I was gonna say, like, we could use this ring to get the Synv, and then that would open up our hat slot. You know, we could have our core all the time. But forget about it, it's fine. Maybe later. Switch into the ring versus Ancient Liches. I could, but I don't know, Irie, you know me. I'm paranoid about auto-exploring into an Ancient Lich or whatever, and then immediately getting paralyzed and taken down to Pound Town, so to speak. How do you infest an incorporeal coast? You know, NGMat, I've often wondered the same thing. I suspect it's a coding oversight, but you know what? I'm not gonna put too much thought into it. I'm infesting their spirit energy. They'll never be able to use the Goku Kaioken Spirit Bomb now. Is that a real thing? Is that a real thing in NaNe Badger? I've always just used that like you know, like punching someone a lot. Does that mean something lewd and I didn't know? Okay, well, don't Google that then. In before my Twitch account is banned. Rough, what? Is that really what that means? I thought it was like, you're making that up. Did you just write that out, or did you get that off an Urban Dictionary or something? I feel like I might be getting bamboozled. Wow. I used to do jiu-jitsu, and people would say that kind of puts a different context on it. I don't think they meant it the way that you guys have discovered, though. The main definition. Oh no. Alright, goodbye Twitch account. I really didn't know. For real. Hey, the armor manual is done. No, Irie, I think that's okay. I think I can live without that. Let's train evocations from 10 to 20. Having that for Zot and the Orb Run will be nice. And we have quite a lot of experience left, believe it or not. Also, we got shafted here. Oh, hello. Hello, Jory. I can't dispel you, so I will BVC you. I could dispel you if I had the mana. Let's go up. Well, let's go back down. Dude, we already killed you, Boris. Don't come back. I suspect we ought to just do depths backwards at this point. Just kind of realized, so as to avoid getting shafted again. Yeah, NaNe Badger, I don't know about all that, man. That's... Totally lost control of the Twitch chat, if I ever had it to begin with. Too focused on getting through the depths here. I agree with deleting the internet. Sounds good. This is the stream that bans the account. I don't know, I feel like I've gotten tiptoed around political issues that would have done it before now if this was going to do it. You know. Oh, wait a minute, we found it downstairs. Let's take it. We're not diving, we're just doing depths backwards so as to avoid getting shafted again. Kind of minimizing the number of unpleasant surprises that we have to suffer. Bolt the floating eye. Slowly build up a nice big-ass army of scarabs. Oops, ran out of mana. Still, this is a pretty good number of scarabs, I have to say. I wish I could recall them. I wonder if I... Here's a question. If I cast the actual recall spell... I don't want to memorize recall. I want to look up recall. Does that actually work, I wonder? Friendly creatures on the same level to a position adjacent to the caster, so I guess it probably works. I've never actually memorized recall before, but I guess it works on things that aren't just summons. And honestly, it might be really, really good for scarabs. Yeah, friendly. I mean, they're friendly. We don't have the spell levels required. Actually, yeah, we do. Yep, it works. I've never felt the need to use it before. It's actually not half bad. Oh, don't you give me this... Don't give me this drain. I won't have it. I guess if I get teleported, it'd be pretty handy. Like, imagine I have a big scarab army on Zot 5, and then I somehow get teleported into the lungs. That would be no good. Because then the scarabs, you know, the irony is they would try to come to me from elsewhere on the level, and just probably pull a massive army of enemies directly to me. And that sounds horrifying, really, if you think about it. Yes, yes it does. Yes it does, Irie. Want of digging, I'll just go ahead and buy it. What's funny is we've essentially won this game. There's just a lot of stuff to do. Clearing depths in CeCK can be a grueling procedure on a character that doesn't do much tabbing. Every single fight becomes an adventure, so to speak. But there's really nothing in the game that can cause us trouble at this point, not even Orbs of Fire, actually. Could make the argument that I don't need a full clear, I guess. But why would I make my orb run harder just for fun, you know? Hi, Mr. Floating Eye, summoned by a orange statue. Are you laying the spam today? I don't know what that means. Oh, am I playing this SPAM? Okay. Yeah, see, that sounded like vaguely sensual, that typo. Laying the spam. I might. No, I know what you mean now. Sorry, I just didn't realize it was a typo. I don't know, maybe. I'm definitely going to take a break. I've been at this for several hours. I could probably be convinced to come back. If you want to, like, ping me on Discord here in a bit, I might very well do it. But I'm definitely going to need a break. No, I don't think I've ever had spam in my life before. I enslaved the Titanic slime. We're already level 27, so I'm honestly pretty happy to have my allies just kill everything. Like, I don't need experience at this point. Spam is pork. Are you certain that it's pork, or is it like a fake, some sort of pretend meat? I'm always suspicious about things like this. Spiced ham. Oh, that makes sense. Thought there was like a big meme about spam tasting awful. A delicacy. Dude, food is weird in different parts of the world. There's this fruit called a shit, I can't think of the name. It's called like a durian or something like that. And it apparently smells so durian, yes. And it smells so strong that like animals will come from miles away to try to eat it. It's delicious. We have it in Brazil. But like apparently to some people in the world, it also smells like disgusting rotting flesh. And so like there are places in the world where there's like signs that are like no durians. You know, they'll have a picture of a durian and a big X over it. which is hilarious to me, because like some parts of the world it's a delicacy. Some parts of the world it's so disgusting that it needs to be banned. You know, like it'll actually make some people throw up just by virtue of smelling it. And I don't know if that's like a genetic thing. I'd be interested if there's been any research on that. Like, what kind of person? Like, is it maybe like race based? I mean, I don't know. Like, if you evolved in a place where there were no durians, you know, is your body just like freaking out and not knowing what the hell to do about it? Like, I don't know. It'd be really interesting to know like why that happens. It's a $500 fine for durians in my hotel in Singapore. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, they take it seriously. It's like it's a big deal. No durians. Is it considered an invasive species of fruit, perhaps, in some parts of the world? I guess it would be. I mean, I kind of want to buy one just to see if it grosses me out or not. Something tells me that not a lot of Polacks had contact with durians throughout history, though. Oh, God. Okay, we do have clouds. Okay, they're wrecking me. This is not the character I want to dick around on with regards to with regards to caustic strikes. God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna drink a resistance. VSEE, take a step away, go down, take a shitload of damage. We end up with only one caustic strike next to us. Now what? I would say acid wand, but well, actually, this is weird. I didn't know this. Caustic strikes are not immune to acid or even resistant. Alrighty, we'll acid him. That was a bit scary. Probably could have handled that a little better. Nah, he couldn't have one-shotted me. Not with our core up. I don't think. And he was BVC'd, so he was super likely to die. Farthest I ever got was to be killed by one of those dang birds. Yeah, NG caustic strikes are no joke. They ended a lot of my runs when I was first starting, for sure. I mean, it's one of those... Crawl at its heart, one of the main things that Crawl does is it forces you to deal with situations that develop in a very proactive way. Which is to say, you know, caustic strikes are one of those situations where if you don't immediately deal with it super properly, the game lets you know that you've done a bad thing. I'm gonna acid. I want my mana back. I'm going to risk... Actually, you know what? I'm going to Lightning Rod. Now I'm going to BVC. He'll die real fast, my friends. And we'll acid him just for good measure. To be fair, I got tallied into a group of them. Why not use CBOE for mana? I mean, I don't know if you're joking or not. A lot of people do actually like using CBOE. I hate it because of the chance of it taking your mana to 0 and the chance of it confusing you. I mean, it's probably a really good tool if I'm being honest, but my whole philosophy when playing this game, and almost any game really that has an RNG element, is to get rid of the RNG elements. You know, because I want my stuff to I want to be able to rely on my stuff working. You know, so when I introduce something that could just sort of screw me over if the dice rolls poorly, that's not good. Actually, you know what I can do? I can BVC and then bolt. For big damage. So I mean, it's an option, but I would be, if I was inclined to do anything like that, it would be probably more along the lines of like a staff of energy, where you can channel it and there's no chance of anything bad happening. You get a little bit of mana back, it's not bad. And I probably should be carrying one of those around. On the other hand, as long as I have potions of magic, it's fine, really. I could even, if I felt like it, I could learn Sublimation of Blood, but I don't really recommend that spell either, because it can take your hit points down to almost nothing. Wow, this is just the vault that keeps on giving. Okay. Hopefully the loot pile is worth the headache here. I mean, I haven't bothered to use Infestation here, but why would I? I mean, they couldn't really do much in this close, cramped quarters. They'd be okay right here, but we're fine. Okay, actually right here we're not so fine. Killing the T-Mons is sort of annoying without help. We still don't have a reliable, repeatable way to kill things that are immune to negative energy, other than just like BVC, which works, mind you, it just takes a little while. +4 broad axe of chopping. Not bad. Do you not have something like Iron Shot? It's a good question. Yeah, I have Iron Shot. I could even get it online, I guess. I just haven't really considered doing it. I suppose you're right. Although it is nice being able to just dump all my experience into evocations. And if I want to kill Orbs of Fire, I mean, actually, you know what? I lied to you just now. I do have a way of killing things like that. I can just cast Haunt on them until they're dead. I have a spell level problem. I have no Amnesia on the board. Well, I didn't 5 seconds ago. Now I do. Okay, we'll Amnesia off. Gale's Gravitas. I did train a little bit of Earth, actually, for Vile Clutch, which is good. Okay, Gale's goes away. Borgnor's Bad Clutch. No, it's going to be called Borgnor's Bad Touch. You know, like the like that song. Or maybe like Borgnor's Nasty Grope. You know. Let's you know what? Do I really need recall? I mean, I guess I could always just like, another thing I could do is call corpses and simulacrum to kill things. How am I supposed to cast BBC? Fair point, man. I too would like to cast BBC. Okay, we finished depths. So let's put this game in the bag, man. Here's our haunt, which I haven't cast yet. Look at these friendos. Alright, I see where this is going already. Okay, I was gonna make a kill hole, but the level's not gonna allow it. I can do this though. We have 3 magic mapping. I won't use one on this floor. Whoa, I didn't mean to go that far. There we go. Yeah, lamp could very well happen. Although, Jesus, how did I take so much damage? Is that just melee? Yeah, it's constriction. And being slowed. Well, I tell you, I should use cancellation, but I only have 1, so let's haste instead. And let's just acid through these guys. We have like 40 acid, which is, well, it's a lot. And we had 7 hastes. I kind of hate the fact that I wasted 1, but we still have 6, and that's pretty insane. But yeah, this entrance sucks, I have to say. I'm gonna make sure there's nothing. Okay. Pretty well cleared. Feels weird getting these new tile shadow wraiths with haunt. I think this may be the first time I've used haunt since that tile changeover. Okay, believe it or not, we just found something really, really good in Zot. We only had 1 cancellation, now we have 2. I like that. Okay, we'll go down. Infest all this stuff. Haunt this one. Have fun, brother. One magic map. I'm making a good bit of noise with all this infestation, but it's not bad so far. Alright, we'll go down. You don't have minus Tele, do you? Sadly, no. I would like to have minus Tele. I mean, technically I do have a lot of artifacts available to check. Maybe I should. Yeah, I probably should. I should probably take the time to do that. How much money do we have? We have enough to check. I'm without excuse. I have to. It's the right play. You never really want to do it because it's super tedious, but you also really want to have minus Tele, at least to go down each staircase into Zot 5. You know, they talk a lot about trying to reduce tedium in this game, but the comedy of it is that the new trap system has increased tedium like 100-fold, because it's just, you have to check every single artifact item at this point. Okay, that is a Moth of Wrath. That kind of sucks. Haunt. Simulacrum. Okay, never mind. They took care of the orb for me. Sweet. I was going to say, Simulacrum of a Moth of Wrath is not going to do much for me. Kiku decided to give me like a comedy option. We're going to finish this floor before we go hunting. Alright, guys. Really got to pay close attention when Quicksilver Dragons and things like that are on the board. It may not seem like much, but that's 60 damage per guy, you know? We can bolt the ghost moth rather. Alright, cool. That's the whole floor. Alright, time to go on a bit of an artifact hunt. I wish there was a way to search for unidentified. Like if I were to do like RD and unID, but that doesn't exist. As far as I know, there's no way to do that. Okay, that short bow is not minus telly. Warax, Bardich, longbow. Really hilariously strong longbow, +9 velocity. No minus telly. Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say, Adort. You caught me. Ghost Moth of Wrath. Maybe that should be an enemy. Still no minus telly. A lot of fun items, but I mean that was like a +9 war axe, but no such luck. I think that's it, actually. Yep. Nope. Nope. One more. At least one more. Fine leather armor. MR plus. Ton of artifacts, no minus telly. We're just going to have to live with it. It's okay. Even if we were to get teleported into the lungs, we should be okay on this character. Probably. Just try to keep like a really big army with us. I'll make as many dudes as I have to. Okay, we'll bolt these guys. This is not bad. Let's clear out the outside. I think my scarabs all ran out. That's a little bit of a weird Z5, I guess, yeah. Come on, no whammies. Don't be a double blocked lung. I love that Bolt of Draining can be used on Orb Guardians, and it's actually really good. This is actually just Earthbound with its final level. Oh, that's a Mark Trap. That's what we want. No telly, no telly. We want to dispel this guy to death first. Gygus, yeah. Alright, let's burn a haste. Let's get marked on purpose. And let's hightail it out of here. Actually, this is a good place to fight. They can't come in from behind me. Put a spire here. I'm even going to use Brilliance, so suddenly my spell power is awesome. You know what I should have done is I should have made simulacrums. Here's some corpses. Let's get simulacrums now. Infest all that. Dispel this dude. Make it to the staircase if we want to. I can make zombies if I need to as well. They won't be the best zombies, but not terrible. Part of the problem here is, well, Mr. Orb of Fire does not give a single shit about this stuff unless he's totally surrounded, really. So maybe I should just go to the staircase. Maybe I should have dug some of this out. Put the haunt up. See, look, you can just wreck everything. Let's do Boxer Beasts. Wow, he one-shotted him. Alright, that's 2 Orbs of Fire. Let's see, let's just keep making boxes, box beasts. See, this is fine. Now I can acid. I have a lot of really powerful friends around. Acid again. Acid again. Great debuffs on these guys, as well as big damage from the acid wand itself. I'm going to call some corpses. Shadow Dragon Corpse, that'll make a good simulacrum. So let's do that. We actually get some good luck this time, in terms of getting 4 of them. Let's use acid. The Orb of Fire is slowed, thanks to the AF attack of my scarabs. We got frail, but we'll deal with that in a minute. Actually, wow, I think we just fought through Mark. Surely that wasn't the entire... Whoa! Oh my god. Alright. Here comes my favorite part of this. Yeah, the one where I drink the mutation potions. Alright, let's pull this stuff. I want to get a nice little surround here. I'll make some more corpses. That's a lot of boys. Let's haste. This is maybe too much, even with RF+. Let's make some hot boys. Summon some zombies just to make some, put some stuff in the way, you know. There's a clown. Don't like clowns. Nobody likes clowns. Make some corpses. That's a storm dragon, but we need 1 more point of mana before I can turn it into simulacrums. There we go, we got a lot. No, Adore, get it away from me. Simulacrums are really funny, because they can die so fast to the Orbs of Fire, but then they can kill the Orbs of Fire pretty fast too. Wait, can I be aciding from here? Yeah, I can. Let's just... Alright. With this clown here, I probably shouldn't stick around any longer. Beware of Clune. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, fuck this, I'm going up. I'm not about to get an ignominious death from pies today. I wish we had managed to kill more of those dudes, but while the Wrath corpse... Was there another corpse? Or was there only one? It's the one problem with corpse call in this place. Is eventually you're just going to get mods of Wrath for a while. Firmly grasp the clown. Golden Dragon, yes. Okay. Order the simulacrums to go that way. Golden Dragon simulacrum vaporizes. Now he's done that, let's make some more. Give him time to burn through them. Don't waste your corpses, you know. Acid for the win. Doesn't want to die. I'm just going to put a spire here. Oh, a second one's coming. We'll make more simulacrums. These ones are Quicksilver Dragons. I'll haunt. Hopefully we can get another AF slow on him. And boy, he's not screwing around. He just blew the hell out of my boys. Put another haunt around him. Let's see if I can just acid this thing to death. Is there anything else I can do that would help here other than running away? Not really. I could, yeah, we'll make a box. Burn acid on this thing. Got the debuff. Let's just walk away now. Primal takes him out. Actually, my Wraith got the last hit. Also pastries. Malcolm, how did you get good at this game? Spending too much time playing it, basically. And I guess I spent, I put a lot of effort into figuring out what was killing me, essentially. I don't think you can net Orbs of Fire, Irie, although CeCK can be really good at extremely high evocations versus Orbs of Fire, because super high evocations CeCK can actually give you moths of ghost moths, which can turbo anti-magic these dudes. It's kind of wild. Okay. This is kind of bad positioning, but actually no, they're wrecking it. Look how, like, just take a look at how quickly they can damage. You know, the simulacrums die so fast to the fire, but if they get a few hits, like, they do some incredible damage to them. It's great. Orb of Fire's dead. Let's acid this dude. Nice. Very good. Liches are a joke for this character. We just dispel them. Lustful Pastries, I now charge $20 an hour for DCSS coaching, if you'd like to get good at the game. I mean, I'm just kidding, I'll do it for free, but it is an option, you know. I'm a pro, I just wanted to know how you got good. Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, I think the way you get good at this game is just by paying attention to what's killing you, you know? Don't just flail against the game. Also by getting advice from people who know what they're doing. Man, I really should have gotten Iron Shot. I'm running out of acid. Hit tab faster. These draconian simulacrums are doing more work than I expected them to. Do we have identify? Oh, we actually don't. Rn plus int plus 2, I'll take that over running. Running is nice, but I can't really rely on it that much. And I'd rather not be getting owned by negative volts and stuff. Not too great to grab Iron Shot. I mean, it kind of is, because I don't have any more amnesia. I guess I have one, but what would I even take off? I'm using everything, you know? Kind of. I guess I could get rid of Bolt of Draining. Castability is 45%. It'll be okay. We can live without it. I agree, I probably should have gone in that direction. Burning through mana. To get these lovely death scarabs. If you don't die, you're Malcolm Rose. Hey, Senji, how you doing? I mean, I hope I don't die in this game. We're so far. Come on, don't get me. Oh, shit. Alright, that's fine. There's an exit right here. I'm glad I didn't get paralyzed. Why don't we do the smart thing and fog it up? I see that we're entangled in the net. I'm gonna blink. Oh, this is looking terrible. Holy dog shit. This is really bad. Pause. Okay, the dispersal's really ruined this situation. First thing we want to do is use Fear, I think, so we don't get zerked. Second thing we want to do is use Haste, because that's the first thing you want to do in most situations. What's the MR on a clown? It's really goddamn high. Okay. Next thing we want to do is Telly. Sitting on 6 potions of heal wounds, so that's good, but if we get poly, that's terrible. So we're going to blink. This is good. Let's walk. Let's walk. Apport the orb. I don't fucking think so. I don't. Okay. Telly kicks in, sends me somewhere good. Great. That was nasty. Dispersal traps are real stupid. Yeah, it was a good blink, for sure. Although I'm not sure, other than directly into the Zot trap, there weren't a lot of bad blinks available. Oh, this is blocked by a Zot trap. Okay, we'll actually use recall. Okay, here's our friend, the Orb of Fire. Come on. Alright, there we go. Just needed the simulacrums to do something for me, you know? There we go. Don't mobs set off Zot traps as if you set them off. Yes, that's right. I've been playing a little fast and loose around the Zot traps. which I shouldn't. Okay, we'll use haunt, call some more corpses. Usually as usual, we're getting a little bit screwed over by the corpses. No dragons this time, but that works. Hey, okay. Killer clowns are really deadly in combination with other guys. If there's a killer clown by himself, they're not really a big threat. Yeah, exactly. They're more of an annoyance than anything. It's the fact that they can polymorph you and silence you and do things like that that really is going to scare you. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Grab the orb. Tele kicks in. This is kind of annoying. Let's tele again. We got sent to really the worst possible place. Now we got sent to a very good place. Cool. Let's get this orb out of here. Okay, that's fine. Up we go. Had to get my bearings there for a second. I didn't realize I was on a staircase. Ah, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to drink mutations. Cacodemon reminded me. There we go. I stopped reading Tela on the orb when one of the lungs are blocked by a trap. Huh. You know, man, that might make sense. By the way, I'm going to wear R core instead of an MR plus ring because we just got MR plus as a mutation. Yeah, I'm going to have to think about that. That might actually make sense. I think you're right. Since, I mean, yeah, what happened is a pretty good example of why you can get screwed over by it. Alright, wow, I'm taking way more damage than I thought I would. Let's put a spire up. I have RF++. What's going on here? That's it. Cast regen, fine, good. That's it. We're doing this. Okay. Yeah, no, that's absolutely true, man. And then you're stuck teleporting again, so I could see it. I could see it being the wrong thing to do. Panlord on my head. Not a particularly bad Panlord, but the fun thing about this character right now is that I actually have a ton of holy words, so why don't we use one of these 8 scrolls? Really make my life a lot easier. I'll just take this teleport. I see that there is an Ice Fiend, and he's directly in my path. So I'm going to do the same thing. Again, 7 Holy Word is way more than I'm going to need, so we'll just use it. BVC his ass, and then haunt him, and down he goes. I don't care what that Panlord is, I'm just going to go up. Pro tip, if you torment yourself, the Ice Fiend will feel so incompetent that he won't torment anymore. Okay, I'll try that next time. Thanks, man. Good tip. Alright, this is trying to send me off to the left, I guess. Man, BVC is so good on the orb run, it's outrageous. Okay, Brimstone Fiend, huh? We're in the dungeon, so Corpse Call sucks ass. Let's, well, actually, you know what, let's just use another holy word. The Brimstone Friend. Okay, that wasn't bad. Let's see if we can't regen a bit. Ah! I've been punished. I've been punished for trying to regen. The old Hellephant surprise. How could you give me the old spicy Hellephant? It's a Hellion. I see that there is Chaotic Touch Panlord. Well, we certainly don't want to have to deal with that. That could paralyze me, so name of the game here is we cannot let this guy touch us. He's also fast. So a holy word, we'll haunt him is what we'll do. Son of a bitch. Did he hit me? No, the Executioner's hitting me. Okay, we'll take a step. Haunt really didn't work out the way it was supposed to. Walk up twice and leave. That wouldn't have worked, he's too fast. Well, I don't know, maybe I did that wrong. It's possible. I mean, he'll die this way. This is fine. Oh hey, good news. We got Necromancy to 27 for fun. Another Hellephant, up we go. I guess I'll acid my way through this Balrog. Uh-oh guys, what do we do about this adder? Ah, Brimstone Fiend. Well, again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but we happen to have found 1 billion Holy Word scrolls, so we'll just use it immediately. And then acid him to death. Probably the fastest method, and boom, we got the win. Those D2 adders so unfair. Yeah. An Air Elementalist could have possibly had trouble with those, to be honest. Yeah, GG. This was a fun one. I had a lot of fun with this one, and it's game number 17, which is a nice, you know, we're getting kind of deep, is what I'm trying to say. Like, we're getting... Did the game give you this win? It's an interesting question. I mean, every game gives you the win, sort of, if you need to stop hacking RNG. I mean, you know, there were plenty of places I could have died in this game if things had gone wrong, you know, and I had handled it not perfectly. Any vampires coming up? That's a great question. Let me check. I can look. Hey man, you're here. What's the syntax? I saw you do something very mysterious the other day. Instead of doing streak elliptic, you did like streak, and then there was like a colon somewhere, and it included the Melee Bug games. Can you refresh my memory as to what exactly you did? Because I couldn't find it in the Discord chat log. That's it? It's like a colon before... Oh, that's it. Okay, wow. So yeah, his streak... Let's see. The next one I know is Spam, Octopode Fire Elementalist, DDAs, and then there's the FoSk I'm terrified of. Okay, there's a Vampire Ice Elementalist very, very far away. So it might be a bit. if you want to see a vampire. But, yeah, no, if I had to guess, this streak is probably going to... I'm probably going to make it unless I die on FoSk. This is the spot right here where things could go really, 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 really bad. You know. Elliptic is technically a nickname that includes all of his alts and excludes the double damage bug games. Ah, I see, I see. Interesting. I didn't know that. But, yeah, I mean, all these combos, I'm looking at them, and none of them seem particularly, like, suicidally bad. Except for FoSk. I guess Vinestalker Scald looks kind of bad too. And maybe GrTm, but for the most part, well, FoFi. But for the most part, this stuff is really strong, so I think it'd be okay. The hard runs were done early. Yeah, for the most part, I think that's true. I mean, the Chaos Knights, you know, the CeCK and the Minotaur Chaos Knight, those are obviously going to be the hard ones in terms of just like RNG can kill you instantly, outside of the way that early game RNG can kill you instantly anyway. And a Tengu Conjurer is not exactly the easiest combo in the world on D1, if you get particularly unlucky, since you can't run away from things and your hit points are so low. Well, you can't run away from things that are faster than you. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I would say the harder runs were done early. But on the other hand, you know, out of everything on this entire list, outside of the Chaos Knights, the Formicid Scald scares me the most. So I don't know. I think I would actually say that is among the hardest runs in this entire streak. Maybe. I like that I get a DDAr at some point. You know, the truly easy run. That'll be a nice change of pace. Human Abyssal Knight might be kind of a problem. This spam is going to be a lot of fun. I'll go ahead and I'm not going to like play, but let's win this game. Yes, I'll save my macros. Fine, good. And we'll go ahead and start the Spriggan Arcane Marksman. Do DDs still start with a Wand of Healing? No, they have a self-healing ability now. And we'll go Hunting Sling. Yeah, I'm not really playing this yet. We'll just train nothing but slings. Actually, this is a terrible start, this entrance. We could get trapped here and just sort of lose instantly. That wouldn't be any fun. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Although things would have a hard time just ruining our lives here, because we have sling bullets, not stones, and we have Corona in case we run into a D1 adder. So the game would have to work pretty hard, in addition to giving me this stupid hallway to outright kill me. I'd have to miss a lot, is what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. Let's hope we find... I'm not going to play any of the game, but let's hope we find a column early in this game. Alright, well, I'm going to go get some food. I am pretty hungry. And I have a few words I need to say to Hardwood on Discord, so... Thank you, everybody, for watching the stream. And for chatting, especially. You know, it's always fun spending time with you guys. T1 Wyverns, yeah, I hope not a Dort. But yeah, I might do this again a little later tonight. I don't know. Like I said, if Irie wants to ping me a few times, I could probably be convinced. I don't know. But in any event, spam is what we're going to be doing during the next session, so look forward to that. And getting your account banned, absolutely. I don't know. Hope not. I'll see you guys later. Until next time, I am signing out.
Did you know that there are many ways that you can help support this channel? Read about them on rosecrypto.com/support. At Rose Crypto, you can learn all about cool things like the Brave web browser, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.